And welcome everyone to a new playthrough here with me, Deadman Command. This, of course, being Ubisoft's Child of Light, a game that I have played through once, but I want to play through again because I liked it so much. It was very calming, very relaxing, and I really enjoyed it. I think we're going to try it. We did casual last time. I think we'll go expert this time. And it's going to give us an intro movie here that we'll watch. But the game is very peaceful.
Child, tuck yourself in bed and let me tell a story of Lemuria, a long-lost kingdom,
And this game is
and a
fantastic
girl
as well.
born for glory.
I really enjoy it.
In Austria was a crown land ruled by a duke. Aurora was his daughter, child of a duchess mysterious, beloved by her father. He raised the girl alone. They were rarely apart, till the Duke felt lonely and misplaced his heart.
There's a lot of rhyming going on as well.
It was the Great Friday before Easter 1895. Players performed for the Duke, his new bride at his side. That night, Aurora went to sleep. The fire burned down low. She caught a chill that spread. Her skin was cold as snow. At dawn they found her, vacant, Aurora's light gone out. Her father wept and pleaded, but there could be no doubt. For all intents and purposes, Aurora was dead. And yet, once upon a time, she awoke in a strange land instead.
So it like really digs you down and like, oh, this is gonna be nice. And then it, it opens it up. And we find our eponymous Child of Light. Hence lots of light. Now it's a, not really a platform, but it's a scrolling game, back and forth. And you'll be wandering around and you do, it's an active turn battle. So there's the timing thing that you have to go through that I'll have to get refreshed in, so I may get beat up the first couple of times, so we'll see how this all goes. But I really like the art here, and I really like how the game plays, and I think that it's a very calm game to be playing. Especially come back, have a long time, and you just want to do other things. And look, you can see things. There's the creatures up there that we'll be probably fighting later. You can run back up here. Doesn't really tell you where you need to go, which is fine by me. Oops. The Tree of Thorns is this way. Let's see what we can do. And then we're going to run in, it's actually this way, I believe, that if we need to go, if I'm not mistaken. Jump. And if we look at... There we go. Ah, yes. So we got a bunch of Uplay rewards here that we'll add on. A very nice skill tree here that you'll be able to build off of as you gain level ups and things like that. You can gain quite a few level ups in the game and start to unlock quite a bit of it. It's just got different attacks. Some are better for multiple enemies, some are better for one enemy, that sort of thing. And then since we're going to play with her the whole time, we will use these all on her to kind of buff her up. Not too much, but it definitely helps. The Stardusts are things that you get, as well as Oculi. And do we start with any? Yeah, we see some rough diamonds down there. So you start with just a few of them. And then in your inventory, you just have items and things like that. You'll end up getting a lot of people in your party. I think it ends up being like 6 or 8, but we'll see that as we play. So let's see, what do we got coming up here? The old monastery. it's darker than that. Shadows lost. A couple of puzzles here, you know, very easy, simple ones. You know, push the block, that sort of thing. But to jump up further and things like that. We're gonna go back this way real quick. And it just allows you to get back and back. And there's chests and everything like that, and creatures, of course. So we'll be able to jump around here and kind of actually ignore a lot of it fairly soon. So there's some significant changes that happen to Aurora during the game. Of course, now while I may have played through it before, it has been quite some time. So I might get lost in a couple of these, might be like, what the hell am I doing, kind of thing. So I think it actually is up there that you need to go, but I'm not 100%. Maybe that's the way back that you get. It's entirely possible. I'm just going to keep playing and enjoy the sounds of everything. There we go. And just enjoy the relaxing nature of it. What do we got over here? Right to the old monster. Well, let's head out to the old monster then, shall we? A lot of effort went into the writing of this game. And that I appreciate. Obviously, he's not very pleased about being in this fantasy universe. Because I don't think any of us would be. And here is our second player. This is how all conversations will be played out. Food sounds good, but I'm lost. Ever heard of an Aurora? Why, sir, she is me. Both sir and she, a split aura. I like the consternation on his face. Perhaps you are some kind of flora? Oh, why didn't you just say so? Follow me? A seer, she'll know a way out of this dream. And she will. And now you get to control the little guy with your mouse while you move Aurora with the keys. Now you can use him to heal her, which it'll show on the screen here shortly, if I'm not mistaken. With his little light bar there, you can make it brighter. You can see the giant walking in the background over there. But he can be used to light up, because you can see it's dark down here, now it's quite light. And if you do that, people will regenerate health while using the bar on him like that. Now you can use that anytime, even during battles and things like that, but the light regenerates very slowly, or not at all. But you can use him to go grab stuff. These are wishes. You grab him, and then he grabs all the health, which is green, and the purple, which is magic points. So you can use those bushes to really help yourself. So you let the things kind of regenerate there, and you hit the orange ones in order, you get a whole bunch of health and magic points back. So that keeps you alive and everything like that. Don't really need it, but we can grab it there. And here's one of the puzzles that you'll start solving with him. So basically you have to go past that tree. Door is barred. Except around a translucent sphere. Clear as glass, the answer. Sir Firefly, ignite your rear. Whoa, whoa, girl. Getting a little friendly here. Oh, getting really friendly here. But yes, so you see the scepters, and if you create a source of light, you can also, however, leave those till later. But you can see it's dark in there, and then how he glows, there is light on some of those. So let's boom. And you can move things around, just as if, and you're going around the scepter, as if you actually had it. So boom there, and we got boom there, and let's swing this guy over, boom there. Sir Firefly, our path is clear. Who would put a door? A very good question. Let's walk on in. Alright. Who spoke? Some sort of ghost? In a way. The Lady of the Forest. The one who we were trying to get to. Take the sword here. That's what she wants us to do. I want to run around and explore because I'm a little girl. Well, I'm not a little girl. Boom! Oh, it's very real since it's as big as she is, by the way. Fortunately, I wield a sword in this dream. Darn right. And here's combat. You and your party start on there. So, there's no, I didn't touch any buttons or anything. It just stops when you hit on cast. And then you have to wait all through the line there. And then once it hits on cast, it pauses and you can act. So you can use potions, you can hit act, there's party, you can flee, easy stuff like that. Defend is instant, which means it happens at that moment. Medium, well, the cast times is in cast. It'll sometimes take time for it to go through, as you'll see here. And then you can choose which one to attack. But you see, he also did cast in there, but was interrupted. So that's a big part of basically deciding when you want to do it. So if you can get a one that takes a long time, he may have all his time to go up and cast. Basically, being able to interrupt is very helpful. You can also, of course, heal during the battle, and you can see we've got 2 wish bushes out there. Ooh, potent magic bush that we can use. But now, you can probably walk there and enter. How much farther? Also, they have wonderful conversations. What's a father? I am his daughter. If you hold the light on him, how do we do it? No, I can't remember. You can, yeah, surprise strike. If you hold him over it, yeah, you slow him like that. Oh yeah, and he gains light when you touch the things. Surprise strike starts you out with an attack. You can slow him down. Now we can act while he's in cast. Boom! And he would have been all the way back down to halfway through wait. Got ourselves a level up here, which is always nice. You gain a little bit of stats every time you do that, and again, skill points. And of course, you can get Starlight, or we can get Light Ray, which is super nice. But of course, it takes a very long time to cast, so she's easily interrupted. And this one is a single dark creature, and then up here we have Defend 2. So reduces damage, prone attacks and increases your speed on the timeline for the next turn. So instead of like crawling along the weight bar there, you just go zoom across it. So if you defend, you get that defense if they're about to attack, and you get to bump back up the timeline very quickly. But we're going to go with Starlight here. Get ourselves some attacks. And we can see here, right into the old monastery. Don't really need any of that yet, so we'll hold off. So if you kind of go from the back of them instead of running into them from the front, you get the surprise strike here, which is super nice. Which means all of your people start with attacks. And actually I'll show you Starlight here. As you can see, it takes longer to cast right there, but it's a more powerful attack. And it takes magic points there, so you can't always use it. And you get nice little things there. Also in the back, you can see there was that person watching right there. If you saw that, I was a statue, but who is that right there? Comes into play a little bit later. Two of them, oh god. What shall I do? Probably attack this guy first. Nice, crush kill him. Now we hopefully can get casting here before he does, which we will. If you can really start to manage where people, like where you end up in the lines and everything like that. And you're gifted with quite a bit of stuff, which is nice. Splashing down. Can't jump as far in the water, of course. Which is one of those things that you get very used to. Boom, you can see him below. And such as this, you hold him. He can't see because they're all creatures of the dark. And then you can get up behind him and get the surprise strike, which we'll try and do quite a lot. And this should be rather nice and easy. Bump her up a couple levels here. Get some health there. Get some abilities unlocked here. But I also like how she's small and so the sword just kind of like unbalances her and everything like that. It's all very cutesy. We can see there's something there. And he's there's sometimes they'll hide treasures. See, like this? You can have him unlock items that you go and find. So you're kind of hunting around some of the dark areas every once in a while. Which I think is a fun part. You know, little hidden treasure tricks here and there. And let's get him going. This will be a fun one with 3 of them there. Okay, let's go act / against the guy who goes first. And then we find, and you can see who you're hovering over down here in the bottom. You can see Ignatius's little icon there, so you can see who's going to be held up the most. That's the fact that he squints and everything during it. Now I probably could have done both, but that's okay. And as long as, since we're the same speed here, as long as we pass him, we'll be okay. Crush, yeah! And we get dodge percentages and everything. And of course, each of your team members will have different abilities and things like that. Open that one up. Nice, get the oculi. So we can craft bigger oculi. We got 2 of them now. We got rough diamonds. Let's craft that to a tumbled diamond, just to use that. And let's see, increase speed by 2, that'd be nice. Earn an additional 10 XP after each battle. Let's do that. Ah yes, the Queen of Light. Help me. You may be wondering, like, why are there enemies up in the areas that you can't see? Well, it'll become familiar later. Become very evident later. Boom, rough rubies. Let's go back and into our oculi menu. We can get fire damage to melee attacks, strong on earth, weak on water, or lightning damage. Sure, we'll get that. And back here we can get max HP or max MP. Let's do that. Different enemies, of course, are different types of enemies, so like the water and the lightning and things like that. So she's fairly and we can slow them down even as they cast. So if we can beat them and hit them in their casting stage, they get interrupted. Now it gets harder and harder to do that because you have to do the full bar. Well, they do not. When you're up to, you move back to about halfway through. Now, if I were to use the Starlight, that would probably do more damage to her. Oop, and he's out of light. So let's go collect wishes down there. Get ourselves a full bar. Now let's go act. Let's do Starlight and see if this gets her. There's no like menu to see what their HP is at, but you see them sag over if they are hurt. Or like just droopiness. Where do we go? To this spooky place? Punk, trying to get me? Crushed him, which is always nice. Some creatures are faster than the others. You can really heal at any time. It's pretty nice. So these are easy. And they stay in one place. Other times they are not. And they move around. More Firefly Elixir, which fully regens his bar there. Now we know this one is already vulnerable to light, yep, and to magic. Since she took a long time last time, let's just beat her up with some magic now. If she's vulnerable, she dies in one hit. Which is pretty nice. Hey, there we go! Another glorious victory for Aurora. Our champion of light. Ah, so close. How do we get it unlocked? Up there, of course. And so we drag and drag and drag and drag and drag and drag and drag. Alrighty, and just kind of quick. Let us walk past him, and then we attack from the behind and get a surprise strike, which is always nice. Yeah! Sometimes you only need to use a little bit of the light to do that. You know, just a little bit to get ahead of them, which is always nice. Healing tonic, nice. Over here we already have stuff. We can go in the doors here. And the classic kind of adventure game. Never leads to the same thing twice. I wish you could fly. So do I, Ignatius. Aurora, illuminate the oculi. Let me try. And there we go. What do you think they roast in these vats? Oh no, what if it's cats? Well then all of Twitch and most of the internet would be deeply, deeply saddened. Alrighty, so we can go up and down that way. And we can push it over there, where we need to go. I think we can pull it as well, so you don't do silly stuff like, you know, trap yourself down there. Little clap of hands. There we are. Drag, drag, drag. Oops. And we have this one. Should be enough. There we are. And we can pull that lever and move this station. Oh no, but how should we ever do that? Like this? Oh, just missed it. bit off on graphics there, but that's okay. See their hair, her hair flowing this way and that. And then that, of course, kicks you out to where you want to be. And there's oftentimes rewards for looking in other places. Like up there. We'll get that soon, though. Got you, you punk. Let's go and play. Ooh, 2 of them here. Well, we're gonna go and act Starlight on her, because we know she's dangerous. Or at least as a tank. It's not physical damage. But as she's a ghost, of course we all know they're vulnerable to magic. Now, some of their attacks do different things. Some of them will, knock you back. Some of them will do bigger damage. Some of them will do both damage to, MP and HP. It's a nice time to pause here and collect your wishes, if you get a chance to do that. So you see, he was kind of hunched over there earlier. Just look next time when we start beating people up, and they'll be able to see when they are. More hurt. I'm not sure what exactly the percentage is that it gets down to before it kind of does that, but it's usually only 1 or 2 more hits. Beware, a spell has been cast. I'm imprisoned behind the glass. And obviously very strange looking statues and everything. So the ones with levers here, Aurora has to open herself, but normal chests you can activate with him as well. Where would we need yellow red to be? Boom. Now we get rid of all the red. Oops. Messed up on that one there. Thankfully it's no big and then of course, nearly free. Greens go there. Dares challenge the Queen of the Night. Tiny nothing with locks of red. Ah! Seems real to me. Speed increase there, of course. Decapitate? My goodness. Always interrupt him as much as possible here. It's gonna hurt quite a bit. And if you let him time go, he'll let him both. Ow. Ah. So if that is one thing isn't working, we'll just have to try the other. So now here would be a great time to do defense, because we know that 2 attacks are coming here. Let's do potions, maybe whole bunch of them. We'll just do a healing tonic here. Again, getting beat up here pretty good. So since we have enough time here, let's do Starlight. Has a long cast time. That's okay. There we go. Now we know he's vulnerable to light, and that's what we should have been doing the whole time here. You can increase your speed all day long, buddy. So if one thing isn't working, just go try something else. Looks like we're coming up on the episode time, so we'll watch the cinematic here, as it is. And then we'll go on to the next episode. I am ready to wake up now. A very story-setting time we are going through here.
Once the sun shone upon a land of sequined valleys and peaks of white, and at night ruined castles glowed with alabaster light.
Sounds like a very pretty
From
place.
the stars in the crescent moon, a queen of light ruled this rambling place. Each night she walked the palace alone, her luminosity dawn's own face.
Not bad.
Until one night there was no trace.
No trace.
The queen had vanished, and with her the light.
That's so good.
Dark resided in its place. The usurper, Umbra, hid from sight. She sent her daughters in her stead. The sun, the stars, and the crescent moon. They pilfered from the sky, extinguished them with the monsoon. Then Umbra's dark creatures conquered the land. Our lives
Always
soon
conquering.
snuffed out by a wave of her hand.
Dark's never like, oh, let's be friends. Thank you for the story, but now I wish to wake. So dull my speech. You fell asleep? Not a dream, Aurora. Magic link. A mirror behind the throne. Stolen by Umbra, Queen of Night. The soul path home. Unacceptable. I am a princess. I just get my way. I have a name, you know. No good, I fear. Never shall recover the sun, the stars, the moon, because they're kind of far away. But this is a magical place. Seek the highest and the lowest room. Go back from whence you came. Past the altar on which you woke this day, which is what we saw at the very beginning there. Always gotta seek help along the way. Yep, the answer lies above you. Open your eyes. And so a big part of the game is about to be revealed here. We are nary a ground dweller anymore. We can fly. She is a child of light, hence the name, of course. Keep that charmed crown, the one resting on her head. Never remove it, clear? One last thing before I go. You should ever despair, my dear. Thank you. What does this flute do? I cannot hear you. I am fading. Is he alright? Surrounded by endless night. Not a very pleasant way to be. Press W to fly. Oh, look at this wonderful way to
Aurora
be.
wandered, the twilight forest far from home. Starlight only to guide her, except for a firefly alone. Anxious for the comforts, a family who could not trace her. Searching for the sun and moon, a father to embrace her. And somewhere in the night, perched upon a throne in the dark, waited Umbra, the usurper, to snuff out Aurora's spark.
The Stardust are things you just have to click over him. Ignatius, or so he is named. Oh my. This is what it feels like to fly. And with that, Into the West, I think we'll call the episode here. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be having more episodes of Child of Light very soon. And always, if you have comments, just leave them in the messages there, and we'll see them. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. And we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.